Hello everyone, my name is Michael Young and welcome back to Hand of Fate 2. So last time we completed the Magician and we unlocked 3 new areas we can go, 3 new Arcana. Let's go ahead and just proceed with the next one, the High Priestess. We'll see if it's too difficult. They might like intend for us to bounce around. We'll see. So I only have the one companion. Okay, the High Priestess. Collect blessings in order to enter the ritual house at the summit of Mount Priestess and negotiate a treaty with the Northerners there. Gain blessings to increase chance of success. Do not expect to be welcomed by Northerners. And survive Mount Priestess by restoring life at camp. Okay. So we have, first of all, we want to add cards that we can unlock new things from. This token. Definitely those 3. And I guess after that we should just unlock cards that we haven't seen already. So, just so we can figure out what they're about. We'll grab our awesome equipment. This is the new one, Winter's Bane. Need to see how that works out. We have 2 new shields. Actually, let's put back the regular soldier sword and get that ruby ring. Figure out what that's about. Alright, let's give it a try.
You find yourself once again in the company of prayer and religion. How unfortunate.
Interesting. He said something different. He said priests and religiosity.
Now it begins. Negotiations on behalf of the Empire. We will see how that story ends.
Malaclips has somehow roped you into traveling deep into the far north on a diplomatic mission. While I usually refrain from working for the Empire, since this one takes me further away from it, I've made an exception. I'll square my debt with the General Brandstrom, and help open many doors for you. What do you say? Well, let's find out more. As you know, I have a great many skills, but my swordsmanship is unlikely to hold up against Northern raiders. I know no one else who is more up to the task. There are many clans dotted around, but the supposed leader of them all is the High Priestess who lives up there. Malaclips points to the top of the soaring mountain before you. General Brandstrom instructed me not to come back until I talk to the High Priestess of the North and offer the terms of the treaty. We will totally join you, sure. Excellent. Bring your sword and let me do the talking. I brought plenty of supplies so we can set up camp when we get hungry. Nice, lots of food. Malaclips shares a tidbit as you commence your journey. The High Priestess is quite partial to blessings. If you can prove yourself worthy, we'd have a better chance at swaying her in our favor. Collect 6 blessings. Okay.
A lesson in caution awaits us all.
High up on...
Truly wild nature will not tolerate fury in its domain, unless it is its own.
High up on the mountain you see the silhouette of a man approaching through the heavy snow. He bellows through the roaring wind. Who dares trespass in the sacred grounds of our priestess? 3 of frost. Hidden raiders spring down the mountain with dexterity of mountain goats. Well, I'm assuming something bad's gonna happen. With the avalanche. The card wasn't called, let's have a big fight. From the frozen darkness of the far north they come. Northerners can perform a combo attacks. Combo attacks? That's weird. Use riposte with a single-handed weapon to deal extra damage immediately after you defend.
Who dares mention none less than the amazing Malaclips?
Ooh. Oh dear. We got hit, but that's okay. They gave us so much food. I'm kind of wondering what the deal is with that. I get
A remnant of the Templars and their religious righteousness.
Okay, that's the same blade we had last time, right? Restore health. The clash of steel rings out, echoing through the peaks. The mountains answer with a low, ominous rumble as a wall of white rushes towards the melee, sweeping away everything in its path. Oh dear.
Dice are
nice.
a constant reminder of death. The singular is die, as I'm sure you know, and they are often called bones for the material from which they were crafted. Here, however, they may also bring a touch of life.
You're kinda creepy, dude. You seek shelter against a bluff, pressing close to the rock face as the avalanche roars overhead. When the trembling stops, you are miraculously unscathed. Your assailant's weapon just from the snow. As you near, you realize it's still clenched in his hand, his body buried to the wrist by the avalanche. Let's dig him out. We just got a good sword. We don't need a new sword, so dig him out. You brave. I got fame. Interesting. That's a new currency. You brave the cold and free the raider from his icy grave. He takes a moment to catch his breath and says, "You saved me, though we are enemies by blood. Take my blessing and leave me to my thoughts." New blessing? Yeah. Lose life to 75 when life drops below 25. Then discard. Oh. So we gotta be careful. We don't want to lose blessings.
Be careful where one takes refuge, even in the worst of storms.
Just some random injury? The climb becomes unbearable as a ferocious blizzard sweeps the mountain. You seek shelter in a cave and desperately fight off the onset of frostbite. Sure. When the howling winds ease, you clear the snow from the cave entrance to discover the dark clouds have passed. Malaclips forges for firewood, saying, "This log is dry enough, we can set up camp here for the night." Access the campfire any time between encounters. The campfire can be used to consume food, trade, or review your mission. I'm just gonna press Y anytime. Well, no need for that now.
Mages are hard to eradicate at the best of times. We have our ways of hiding from the light.
Following Malaclips's cryptic directions, many of which involved burrowing farm animals, you arrive at the edge of a vast and lonely lake. There you uncover a cave entrance blocked by a stone door. You must seek out Ira of the Vale in the underneath, the bard explained, as you followed a frightened cow around the previous night. Why are you seeking Ira? Malaclips drops his wine bottle nervously and forces a loud and hearty laugh, completely ignoring your question. The bespectacled ogre manning the door to the underneath doesn't look up from his book as you approach. 10 food items per entry. Well, this is a good time to do this. Malaclips scoffs. Robbery. If you're trying to hustle us, sir, I'll have you know that I can shoot lightning from my fingertips. The doorkeeper sighs. Times are hard for us, Mal. You'll see when you get in there. Have the food. A narrow tunnel takes you deep below the earth, opening into a vast limestone cavern. Twinkling on the edge of an underground lake lies a small shantytown, red lanterns lining the quiet streets. Malaclips leads on. Welcome to the underneath, coin slave. Since that bothersome Empire edict, we've had to hide away in places like this. This used to be quite the hub of activity, but now... He surveys the silent streets grimly. I guess the Empire is increasing its forces. A few mages eye you suspiciously as they pass by. Let's do other things first. Sure. We don't really have any money, so there's no point going to the stores. What's going on in the tavern? Malaclips breathes in the heady scent of berry wine, smoke, and feathers. Ah, the devil's ears. My home away from home. He pulls out his lute and leaves to serenade the pretty bartender. She tries her best to ignore him. A decrepit hag nurses a smoldering pint glass at one end of the bar. Alone in a corner, a hooded figure lurks unmoving. Oh, I'm all about the hooded figures. You cannot discern any facial features under the heavy hood. The figure nods at you. He has a grave voice, whisper quiet and hoarse. I seek an artifact of great power, something that will twist the minds of my enemies and force them to fight for me. I will pay you handsomely. I don't think I have an artifact, but let's see what happens when I say give you an artifact. You're not going to trade. Yeah. What about the hag? The warty crone sips her drink. It smells strongly of citrus and burning coal while sizing you up. You wish to buy something, do you not? She grins wickedly, revealing a mouth full of jagged, yellowed teeth. I can send you somewhere, no cost, but I cannot assure that you will end up where you want. Now, what are you drinking? The hag cackles. This is a pint of liquid plague. I let you take a sip, but I'm reasonably certain it'd be the last thing you ever did. Let's not teleport. We need to go. We need to go and do the thing that she wants. Maleklips' contact. Maleklips leads the way through the dim, lonely streets to Iris' house. You can hear screaming coming from within. A woman in robes adorned with silver ornaments greets you at the door. Merc said you'd come begging for help. Regardless, you are late. Maleklips bows with a grin. I have an illness. I'm hoping to purchase a cure. Ira of the Veil frowns for a bit before nodding and letting you into her house. You enter the sitting room and the source of the wailing is made clear. A man is locked in a cage, crying in fevered agony. Sores of corruption fester on his body. Without warning, she opens the cage and the man rushes at you, but with surprising strength, Ira subdues the mad, writhing creature. This is the mage Cohen. He thought he could fight off the corruption, but he could not. Ira watches Maleklips carefully as Cohen's cries get more and more guttural. What should I do with him? The bard looks away, disgust and fear on his face. He appears close to passing out. She nods before turning to you. What will you do? Kill him or keep him locked up? It's not an easy decision. I don't want to alienate my friend, Maleklips, who apparently probably already is fighting the plague himself. But this guy seems like he's well gone. Let's do the needful thing. As Ira holds him down, you end the mage's life. With that dealt with, Ira begins tinkering at a table strewn with dead and shiny things. I do have a cure, but as you know, nothing comes free with our kind. She taps silver dust from a bottle. Save the stolen mage children for me, and I will give you the cure.
Nicely done.
Now I want to know what would have happened if I'd picked the other way. Those Empire bastards have taken them to some walled fort in the docks of the city. And you better hurry, Ira smiles at Maleklips. That illness can't be held at bay for much longer, I'd wager. How do you know Maleklips? He was my lover when I was young and stupid, Ira says matter-of-factly. Nonsense! Why, I'm alluring at all ages. You'd be glad to have me still. Ira gives Maleklips a severe look, and he balks, cowering in his seat. And you... Okay. What is your illness, man? Ira laughs. He hasn't told you? Then it's not my place to say. But know this, friend of Maleklips. If he doesn't find a cure soon, you are in grave danger. Nonsense, Maleklips stands, unstoppering a wine bottle nervously. Oh well, let's go. Oh, we can go to that place too. Sure, I would totally go to the store. Among the abandoned stalls, you find an ancient-looking shopfront. Through red lantern light, you read, Lelot's Oddments, Used Stones, Directions. There are also signs pointing out a path to Curses, Blessing. I totally need curses and blessings. You follow the sign through the lonely street until they lead you to a sizable hill of colorful rags where you believe a market once stood. An elderly woman climbs from the pile. Blessings? Curses? You don't need either of them. I'll trade you all of them for this shiny rock. I need my curses. My blessings, I'm sorry. What about oddments? I'm not allowed in there after I stole all those stupid pebbles. Let you go on ahead. With a jangle, you enter the dusty store. You find it filled. Shelves, baskets, glass cases, with rocks of various shapes and sizes. The wizened shopkeep, Lilat, peers over the counter at you. What are all these stones, my man? Lilat lights up at the suggestion. He waves his wrinkled hand at his wares, so you see the baskets of giant boulders, smooth pebbles, and tucked away in the corner, a basket of rings. The shopkeep looks around fondly at the stones. What would you like to buy? Everything is 20 gold. I don't have 20 gold. What about a ring? Those old things. I would give them away for free if they weren't bound to me. I need your blood. Ah. Sure. The old man pricks your elbow with a shard of green glass and allows the blood to drip into a vial. Satisfied he's collected enough, he hurls the vial into the hearth. What a waste. That wasn't too bad. Ah, there's the ring.
Valuable for purely financial reasons, if nothing else.
Gain plus 10 max life when you have more blessings and curses, which I do. Can I buy another one? I want to see what happens. Let's buy a ring. That one was a bit more painful. You didn't have another ring for me. Oh, waste of health. Give me some directions, man. Where is the nearest trader? There is one. He points to a spot on the map. Oh. Okay. You added a card. Interesting. Where's my nearest fight? Okay. Avalanche gave me a blessing, so I think we're gonna go do that again. Okay. Let's leave. Mal, the bard turns around. You catch a glimpse of hope in his eyes. Take the children to the madmen near Frostford. They run an orphanage. I fear it is no longer safe here. Let's see what camping does.
Campfires will always offer warmth and heat, but they also change with each challenge. Be prepared.
Oh, we only have one, didn't we? A figure appears from out of the swirl of frost and snow. It is a northerner. I come in peace, he says. I make the pilgrimage to the High Priestess. I mean you no harm. Without waiting for approval, he slumps down beside you and warms his hand by the fire. In my youth, I once fancied a northern warrior. She almost cut off my head when I serenaded her. Malaklips plucks a mournful note on his lute. Young love, eh? I can change my appearance. Interesting. Yeah, give me some food back. I know we're really burning through food, but... There, let's stop there. What's trading? Can I buy? I could buy an equipment. Winter's Bane is so expensive. Buy food. Can't afford it. We could sell our ring. Nah. Okay, we're good. Let's go. You sleep through the long, cold night. In the morning, you pack your things and continue your climb up the mountain.
In the cold, men become desperate.
Yeah.
Women hold these mountains together, even through the worst.
I missed the text, but hopefully it wasn't anything new. When the howling winds ease, you clear the snow from the cave entrance to discover the dark clouds have passed. Ah, good. It gives me our campfire. Very good.
With the least of notice, the very lands beneath your feet can slide away. Life is filled with surprises.
High up on the mountain, you see this. Yeah, we already did this. Or no, these are different. No, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. I think it's the same thing. passive, it seems like they don't all rush around you. Ow. Wrong button. I meant to do the other thing, but that's okay. Interesting. Winter's Bane. Perform a powerful strike that causes knockdown to Northerners. Well, it's clearly, like, you know, about the same. Yeah, just stick with that. So we could sell our other sword if we wanted. Now we have to do a dice check. Keep the 4s. Oh, bad luck.
I'm somewhat surprised you lost that one.
So am I. The avalanche engulfs you, tossing you weightlessly down the mountain. We're gonna dig them out. Get more fame. And apparently a blessing. Revive your companion at the beginning of each new map. I didn't even know my companion could take damage. We don't have any money, so let's not bother going over here. We'll just go ahead and go to the next place.
The mountain itself pushes you back.
A sudden blizzard slows your progress through the Mount Freitas. The bitter winds pierce your skin like shards of glass. Ascend.
Witches I will tolerate. They have at least stepped into the streams of power that magicians call home.
As you ascend the snowy Mount Freitas, you happen upon a cottage with pungent smoke wafting out of the chimney. A frail old lady sweeping snow off the path beckons you to come in. We've come in search of the great High Priestess to deliver an important message, says Malaclips. You better go bearing blessings if you want to get on the High Priestess's good side. I'm fixing a batch right now, if you'd like a taste. If I've got it right this time, you can take it to her, she says, stirring the cauldron. Malaclips politely declines. I've been watching what I eat, but my companion here has an insatiable appetite. He says, nudging you forward. Add +2 to each of your dice. Ooh, that's very nice. You take a sip of the aromatic potion and feel a warm, fuzzy feeling flowing through your body. Looks like my recipe is a success. I'm sure the High Priestess will appreciate this one. You thank the old lady and continue up Mount Freitas, paying no heed to the brewing blizzard. Another blizzard. Oh, that's really bad. You are alerted to the sound of shuffling footsteps. You can barely make out the silhouettes of the menacing figures who have invaded your shelter. Berserker of Frost and Trapper of Frost. They're not the sort you want to be in such close quarters with. This could be bad. A huge failure on one of those. And we're at half health. Berserker. Fueled with rage and determined to destroy, Berserker weapons are imbued with ice that slows their enemies' movement and attacks.
Don't let them hit me! I'm too handsome for violence.
Ooh, it's an archer. Ooh, I thought that would kill him. But it didn't. There we go. Okay, one more to go. Ooh. That wasn't much of a chance to counter. So yeah, we took some damage there. Hopefully there's some reward for doing that. Yes, good. As the blizzard eases, the intruders make their escape. Manaclips forges for firewood. Yeah, we already had a camp available. Anyway.
I am torn between my loathing for gnomes and my despair that the world is becoming less strange and arcane as the Empire spreads.
Halt, vile humans! A voice calls out as a dozen small creatures leap from the trees around you. It takes a moment to realize they are gnomes. Dirty, poorly armed gnomes. A few hold spears, but most have only a rock or sharpened stick. We seek arms to defend ourselves, a gnome declares loudly. Hand over some of your equipment and we'll release you. We can even pay you something. I'll give you some food for a helmet. No, give me some armor and I'll give you a health potion. The gnomes all loudly shout their own offers, trying to drown each other out. I only have, I have a weapon. You can give him a cardinal blade. See how that works out. You surrender the equipment to the gnomes. Satisfied, they offer payments in return. 20 gold. 10 gold. Lots of gold! And fame. I still don't know what fame is about, but I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Not every temple has crumbled into the dust, more's the pity.
The Temple of Divine Providence provides blessings in exchange for a simple gold donation. That's so cheap. We can just pick one, really? Wow. Gambler's Banquet? Oh, I can actually see this. Receive 4 food after every dice gambit. Receive 15 for every gold gain. If your max life is less than 150, discard food to receive max life now. Gain up to 20 gold at the beginning of a new map. Now. Prior to combat with 2 or more monster cards, discard a basic monster card, but lose my companion. No, let's go with the banquet. We're low on food. Right.
Your supplies are running low. Make your choices carefully.
Yeah, I know. High on a misty mountaintop, you discover a vicious-looking plant. Its gaping mouth looks more than capable of shredding you to pieces, but add space, you notice some unusual fruit. Ooh! If you throw something, you may be able to distract the savage mouth, thus allowing you to steal some fruit. We could throw the ring. The ring is giving us 10 max health, but we don't even... Yeah, let's throw the ring. You launch your ruby ring at the creature. With a snap of its jaws, the item disappears. You pluck one of the fruits while it's distracted. The fruit is especially delicious, leaving you feeling refreshed and vigorous. Even trade, I'd say. Actually, it healed me when I got the plus max health, so yeah. The creature curls up to protect the remaining fruit as you leave the area.
A grand opportunity for you to take whatever pleases you and go about your day.
Okay, let's make a donation. What is Guardian Angel? Optionally, retry any chance cards gambit. What's Gold Zealot? Receive life for every gold gain. That's tempting. We haven't been getting many gold gain. Let's go for the Guardian Angel. Okay, I think we better camp. We need to buy some food. Okay, let's see what we can buy first. The equipment. The shield. We don't need that. We're not fighting the corrupted. Let's buy food. Just a bit. Okay.
Will you push on despite nature itself attempting to thwart you?
Let's ascend. How much higher does this go?
Old witches. I have a fondness for them, but I would not trust them.
Further up the mountain, the blizzard becomes so intense you barely see the tiny cottage engulfed in snow. An old lady beckons you in. I've received word from my sister's hawk, and I've been expecting you. I may not be as skilled as her, but this blessing potion I whipped up is my best yet. You think it's good enough to take to the High Priestess, she says, blowing the steam off a simmering bowl of thick liquid. I really couldn't, Malcolm says. Okay. Ooh, I have no idea what's where. Let's redraw. There we go. Reduce the speed of a wheel gambit. I don't even know what a wheel gambit is. We haven't seen one of those yet. But that's 6 of 6. You take the sip of the aromatic potion and feel a warm, fuzzy feeling flowing through your body. Looks like my recipe is a success. I am sure the High Priestess will appreciate this. Okay. Food is still an issue.
Children. It's hard to conceive that either of us were ever such.
He's just a small child, you overhear. A deeper voice growls. We have to take him to the dungeons, or else he'll run straight to whatever northern clan he's spawned from, and show them where our outpost is. That's a shifty-looking kid. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. You consider the boy's fate. We're totally gonna save him. Unsheathing your weapon, you demand they let the boy go. The Empire's soldiers are unmoved by your threat. So, steal. Let's see. Steal. Range attacks. They receive less damage per hit because they have defense. We only have one weapon, so it's not like we can switch things up much. We'll give it a try. Those are some annoying shields. Musketeer. Deadly at a distance. Only the most skilled are recruited into the musketry. Musketeers fire heavy attacks. Defend with a shield or else evade for your life.
Once again, good intentions end up with people trying
I want to take out the range first. Ooh, what's that about? Ah. Oh dear. Okay. Wrong button. Where's the other one? Is he attacking my dude? No, my dude's fine. It's odd, the combat actually feels a little stiffer than in the first game. More Dark Souls 2 than Dark Souls 1. This item is... I got a new Bastion of Purification. I'll take it. Unfortunately, it's heavy. But it's more defense, so... And so much food. Good. As you check on the unconscious guards, you notice the boy looking at you warily, as if sizing you up. Alright.
A win here sets the tone for your challenge.
He fiddles with a little dried plant hung around his neck nervously. Okay, I will tell you. There was an Empire ambush on our village, and I ran with my mother. We got separated. He wiped some tears from his face angrily. But I'm not afraid. I am of Clan Catsfoot, and we are great pathfinders. I will find my way home. The boy tells you what he knows of the area. Okay. So we should get everything, I think, except for the blizzard to the south. I gained more fame. I wonder if fame persists. It doesn't seem like there's a way to consume fame.
Here's a token for you, if you can earn it.
Yeah, we tried this one before. We did not have the skill to get it. Pickpocket. And we have a chance of capturing it. A low chance. Nope. We'll try again. Nope. We'll get him eventually. Annoying little card. Could not see any of that at all. Try again. Oh, even worse. Yeah, okay. There's even more than last time. I should have just taken my failure rather than risking the terrible failure. Trapper. On the frozen plains, prey are few and far between. The keen eyes of the trappers see all. Trappers throw hunting traps that snare their targets. Use evade to avoid the traps, or change move direction. Whatever. Rapidly to break free.
I see a new fade.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Stop hurting my dude. You got one down. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Last one. Not getting those riposts. But that's okay. Ooh, that was a tricky one. As the blizzard eases, the intruders make their escape. Malaclips forges for firewood, saying, "This log is dry enough, we can set up camp here for the night." What is the next thing? I don't remember what it was. Westwind Tavern. Let's camp. Get our health back up a bit. stop there. And do we need to even buy more food? Now let's look at. Wait a minute. Wait. Trade. We didn't examine it. Eat less. Every third step does not consume food. Useful. We'll buy a bit more food. Alright.
Ever since I've returned to this world, I've been disappointed. The filth, the shame, the horrors dwell in the minds of men, not in the monsters in the darkness.
Westwind's only tavern, the Rusty Razor, is a safe harbor among the many dangers of the outer reaches of the Empire. Its barkeep sits outside his establishment with a look of resigned defeat. Upon your arrival, he jolts straight up, and a smile almost breaks out across his face. At last, someone from the guild is here. These Empire soldiers have almost ruined me. Before you can disagree, the owner swings open the saloon doors and pushes you inside. Inside, you discover a handful of Empire soldiers enjoying ale rather than doing their duty. The freshly invigorated barkeep hops onto a table and shouts above the noise, "You lazy, drunken deserters are done! The Stewards Guild has sent an enforcer here, and now you're all going to have to go back to your posts. This town needs defending." One of the soldiers rises with a slight sway. "We've got 3 days until our shift ends, and we return to civilization, so we're not doing any fighting unless they threaten the supply of ale. Right, lads?" A raucous cheer erupts, and beer tankards smash together all around. "So why don't you take your shiny little badge and shove off? The barkeep turns to you. "We are totally gonna threaten them. We don't have any money." You suggest with menace that the soldiers should report to duty, or they'll report to the healer. Oh, nice. I'll take it. One soldier spits at your feet, but turns and leaves. The rest files slowly out behind him. New cards! Yeah, we didn't get that one, but that's okay. We'll get it eventually.
Now the confrontation. Are you ready to face the priestess of her people and drive the deal the Empire has requested? Or will you turn and flee?
The winds clear the dark clouds to reveal the spire of a ritual house protruding from the summit. You press on through thick snow to find the wooden structure adorned with spoils of war. You have our 6. As you enter the great hall, the towering arched doors swing open with a heavy crack. Creak. A giantess in a velvet robe enters, accompanied by raiders. Maleklips bows low to the ground. "My companion and I have been sent forth to discuss a truce between the Empire and Northerners, my lady." "So they send me a silver-tongued devil and his shield maiden," she smirks. "I hope for your sake you have a decent offering." You kneel before the High Priestess. "Your offering will suffice," says the giantess. "But if you seek to make a deal on behalf of the Empire, you must prove yourself against my champion." Frost Berserker of Frost, I mean. Her raiders charge toward you. It doesn't seem fair that we should have to fight even though we got all 6 like we were supposed to. Oh well. Berserker Champion. Fierce, loyal, and relentless. Champion of the High Priestess. Berserker weapons are imbued with ice that slows their attackers' movement and attacks.
Why do you always end up in range? You should let me know.
Go for the trash first, I think. Aw. No, no, no. Not you. Oh, okay. Too much terrible. Well, that wasn't much trouble at all. You've done well. Now hear my terms. The High Priestess draws herself up, a towering figure draped in fur and wrath. The North will never bend to the Empire. Blood for blood for blood. Those are my terms, small one. Let your leaders hear it and quake. With that, you make a quick descent to relay the message back to General Brandstrom. For besting the champion, I get a new hammer, a new armor, and a new ring. Bunch of new cards. You know, it seems like not as many cards have tokens as in the previous game. New supplies. Ooh, what's that? Shrine. Looks important. The next step in Malekith's tale. And a friendly innkeeper, because we made all the Empire people go away by yelling at them loudly. Okay, we didn't unlock anything new, so we probably need to do all 3, and then more will be unlocked. But we can get to that next time, I think. So, thank you everyone for watching. My name is Michael Young, and this is Hand of Fate 2.